Passion Pulse.
Relationships, women, penis, the other things.
Yes, we call this one, he's a softie. Yes. And Passion Pulse, you get it? Love line. That's how I did it. Love line, Passion Pulse. Oh, I'm so great. Yes. Hold on. Let me bask in the genius for a second. Hold on. Oh, yes. Thank you, folks. Yes. All right. He's a softie. Here we go. Uh-oh. Sexuality in the middle high school. The impotent husband. It's a lot. Here we go.
And the nature of the difficulty was what?
Well, problems with our physical problem with me, I thought, and...
Oh! I already enjoyed this. So when I found this, I'm like, you mean I find a man from the late 70s in a time where you can't talk about the uncomfortability of sexuality, just fidgeting for an hour? Sign me up. And then a cold-hearted cunt next to him who pulls out a cigarette every time she's disappointed. Sign me up. This is the greatest fucking video y'all ever seen, people. It takes a second, but get into it. Here we go.
Yeah, she looks like a lot of fun.
When I went to
It's so cool. Cold, hot cunt had a face.
see Dr. Danforth, I thought that would clear it up, and he took all the various tests and so forth, and then gave me a clean bill of health, and then referred us to you, which was a bit of a shocker, actually.
It was hard to take.
Hey-o!
It was hard to take.
Hard to
I'm very
take.
surprised.
This in 1970s and kill it. It's like Steve Martin open mic night, baby.
Fine, yes.
How did you feel, Mrs. Palmer, coming to a marriage counselor today? Did you?
Well, it does seem a bit strange after 23 years, but we've definitely had a problem in the last 6 months.
Why does every woman from the 70s sound like that? What the fuck was in the water? Doesn't it sound like she's like, order your Time Life on? That voice. Look, I can see it. Look at his pants. No movement with that voice. There's not going to be any movement with that voice.
He kind of has a camel toe.
He does. He's like, this is why this is great. This is a tennis match of your emotions, people. When you watch this, you're like, no, he's wrong. No, she's wrong. No, he's wrong. No, they're both. Let's just watch these people. Can you imagine watching them fuck? It would be the coldest, deadest experience. Almost like in Monty Python Meaning of Life when they're fucking in front of the class and they're like, you like this, honey? Oh, we got the cricket game on Saturday. Do you feel like going to that? And she's like, no, I don't really feel like going to that. What do you think about Thursday? Oh, I think Saturday would be better for the cricket. It's exactly like that.
I really don't understand what the problem is.
Well, we
Kevin
know...
hasn't made love to me for 6 months now, you know.
Oh, Kevin. It's because Kevin's too busy perming that shit. Look at that sweet-ass perm, baby. Oh, that's hot.
Whether it's because he's got someone else or...
Well, that's nonsense. Now, we've talked about that. It's nonsense.
Nonsense.
So let's not get into that.
That's what you say.
Yeah, yes. We came to therapy. Let's not talk about the one thing that bothers you and me fucking all the secretaries and not being able to get hard for you at home. We ain't talking about that. God damn, I love the 70s. It's like we're watching one of those fucking, what's that show with John Hamm? Please, what's the show with John Hamm? What's the show with John Hamm? Tell me now.
I don't know.
No, chat, tell me the show with John Hamm. And when they smoke, I need it now. Oh, I'm gonna explode. I need it right now. Please tell me. Chat.
TV.
Chat, Sebastian, thank you. Oh, I was gonna burst. You guys took way too long on that. You guys took way too long on that one.
That was
Please pay attention. I may die showing you this in Minecraft. So let's watch Shorty Dick here, little softy. And the ghost. Softy and the ghost. Here we go.
Well, let's get to the problem rather than talk about something that doesn't exist, okay?
What did you, in specifics, go to...
I love that. Oh, she went to the cigarettes. Gotta love the 70s, baby.
Dr. Danforth with? Exactly what happened?
Did you see the violence she threw that goddamn pack down with? No.
Well, I
It's like I'm gonna suck on this like I just suck on your softness.
have been unable to on several occasions.
She's won a few titles with the Liberty.
Get an erection. And on those occasions when I've been able to do so, been not able to maintain the erection. And as I say, I thought it was a physical thing, prostrate or some, kind of thing. I don't know.
Prostrate. It gets hard and then falls away real quick. I get hard looking at the scat porn, then the old cold bag walks in the room and goes away. I don't know what's going on.
Whatever. But it turns out that there's nothing physically wrong, and so that's why we're here.
Oh, about 6 months ago, and looking back on it, the first instance seems to have been when they had an office party for him, and...
I just gotten a promotion.
Yes.
Oh, I see. And you were at a party?
Yes, and...
No, I was just there, but she was not.
Yes, he was, yes. And he came back at about 2 o'clock in the morning, and having drunk quite a lot, and got into bed. I was half asleep by that time, and started to make love to me, and then, just couldn't. Well, you know what those office parties are, and there are secretaries around and whatever. And I didn't really think about it then, except that every time he tried after that, the same thing happened, and then for 2 months...
Let's get the record straight. There is no other woman. Now, let's, if we're going to solve this problem, Margaret, then let's solve the problem.
Well, I don't really have any other...
Somewhere someone is watching their grandparents talk about sex. They're like, oh, you were on the show. Gross, Grandpa. What the fuck?
He seems a little defensive.
It's so defensive. Like, he definitely had an orgy with his boss and Barbara at the office. Like,
right?
And then he came home and he wanted the orgy to continue, but he was fucking his wife, and he's like, ugh, my dick's gone. So, tell it on yourself here, man. So gross. But I love it as content.
It.
Well, then let's not bring up, your fantasies about me and other women. I mean, admittedly...
Whoa, hey-o! Hey-o! Hey-o!
Whoa.
So I sort of like that.
I have the physical difficulty, but if it is a psychological...
So I bet he gets hard when he thinks about his wife thinking about him and other women. And then he goes away when the other woman disappears out of the room. Where'd you go? It's just me and her again? Oh, no.
Problem, then it takes, 2 to tango, so part of the problem is yours as well as mine.
That's right. Victim blame that shit. Double, triple, quadruple down. My soft dick is your lazy pussy's fault. You have a pussy that's not working hard on my dick, and it goes, she's not working hard. I'm going to go to sleep.
I think you might want it in the other hole. She should peg him. I think Scott's right.
Don't be juvenile.
Come on.
Don't just. Can you be an adult and discuss these matters? We don't do passion polls to talk like children and infantiles at the back of the bus.
I am being straight up with you.
We put on masks and put on fry filters to talk about sex issues like adults. Yes. All right.
Around, do you, Miss Bowles?
Well, obviously, if she keeps bringing it up. Don't get me wrong.
She keeps bringing it up, but he doesn't.
Oh, no, Margaret's been a wonderful wife, and we've had a good 20...
Oh, they're getting a little Sharon Stone from Margaret, or Mark, as I could... That very clearly looks like a transitioning Mark at this point.
3 years, mind you. Okay. Except the last 6 months, as I say, it's been a...
He looks more feminine than she does. That's all I'm saying.
Problem.
He looks like Pat from SNL.
Like, at least if I was face fucking him, I would be holding a perm.
Frankly, I can't see coming home after the kind of responsible job I have.
Oh, I love it! Blame that bitch! Oh, 70s, here we go. This is I can't come or get hard because I'm fucking everyone. I'm so responsible for all this madness. Now I'm gonna blame you and then divorce you and take everything. Please, God, I know I don't pray to you often. I know we're on different teams. Can we bring back the 70s, please? Oh. And the music. If we get this and the music, oh, it's a man's world, baby.
Listen to you talk about whether or not the kids wrote, and if they wrote, having to listen to, what they've had to say beyond the point of what seems to me endurance.
I.e., I can handle 2 minutes of kid shit. You give me 10. Fuck off, bitch. I made those kids. I don't need to hear about them. Oh, please. I was born in the 70s, people. I want to go back to the 70s, people. Oh.
Now, that doesn't seem to make any sense to her. So you...
And all she can do is just suck harder on that fag. Oh, I love the 70s, people.
Really don't want
Maybe
to listen to what
suck
it
harder on something else.
Clearly, it's not enough. It's not. He needs the two tongues. He needs the two-tongue effect. Man, they're both looking up at him, and he can feel powerful with the perm because he has a powerful job. He's a powerful man with a big perm. He needs two faces on his cock.
is she wants
Just
to talk
ask
about.
for it then.
Yeah, she is, and also get a tan.
It just seems to me that with the kids gone, it's like we might as well be two strangers off the train.
I really don't want to make his problem worse.
All right.
Well, I mean, let's not let's not just think of it as my problem, okay?
Give me some more information about the situation.
Yes, it ain't just me that's not getting hard. It's you that ain't getting the D, bitch. Your problem too. You spice it up a little, Put on a wig. Maybe don't take the furniture covering and put it on his clothes. Maybe not that.
Situation
Maybe not look like a couch.
at all events in the sexual area, Mr. Palmer, okay?
Yes.
We're not even halfway done. Yeah.
You had this experience of losing your potency, your erection. Do you still have erections when you awaken in the morning?
It seems like a very simple question.
Why does it take so long?
Because he has to determine what in his head an erection for sex erection, an erection for penis pissing, and just general man erection is. I love the 70s.
Well, it's hard. I don't know whether you'd call them erections. I go to the bathroom and then it's over with,
They're hard as shit. I gotta push down on the thing to pee, and it just like slaps all over the room and paints the walls of my urine. But
Do you know that men get up to 20 erections a night while they're sleeping?
I get so many. It's fucking annoying as I gotta say. It is one of the most annoying things about being a man and growing old. You're like, I want to get in a comfortable sleep position. God damn, this thing is in the way. What the fuck is going on? Yes. Detachable penis wasn't like a fun song. It was a hope and a prayer.
Okay, but that's still an ordinary part of man's
yes,
job, right?
I would hardly call it cool.
He hardly call it.
It certainly doesn't seem like a sexual thing to me. Well,
Why doesn't he want to try anymore?
That's because it's, you fail so many
Have you seen your face, Mark?
times, and then it's no longer worth trying.
But I've never held that up to you.
Well, I didn't say
Have
you.
I?
I didn't say you did.
You're just some whore that lets him come in drunk after an office party and slip it in. Maybe play a little hard to get there. You know what I'm saying, Karen?
I mean, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the fact that in my feelings, my mind, well, the whole thing is the whole situation is embarrassing.
Yes, it
I
is.
mean, it's
40 years later, here we are.
Still
So-
embarrassing.
I mean, let's face it, I can't cut the mustard, and that's what we're really, talking about here.
Now let's talk about different portions of the problem for a moment, okay? Now my understanding is that after an important experience where you got promoted and we're feeling pretty good.
I think we're doing like the summary. I've heard all your bullshit. I've heard why you're a loser. Let me repeat it back to you.
But you had some alcohol in your system, right? You made a pass at your wife and you failed.
Right.
And you did what most guys would do. You tried again, but then you failed again and got pretty tense about it.
Right, because there was...
And then he went back to the Shire. Because, Hobbit's got a farm. Look at this Hobbit-looking motherfucker. Ooh, did you go pee or something?
He is Hobbit looking.
Thank you. Acknowledge my jokes. That's all I ask.
Right.
And the next 3 times.
And since then you've been avoiding it because all you can think about is failing again. Does that make sense to you?
It does. I've actually had an experience with this. Not coming to a full attention on demand is all psychological. So, what you need to do is do a lot of drugs or get drunk and then you're fine. This guy comes home and he wants to fuck that, not drunk? Oh my God.
No, Ms. Palmer.
Yes.
You understand what
You give me 2 beers, I'm swinging her off the chandelier.
he goes through now.
Yes.
I wanted you to understand,
Mark needs it. Mark needs it real bad.
and though his vicious cycle that he's caught up in right now, okay, it's something he wants, but he's so afraid he's going to fail, he can't relax. When was the last time When was the last time you could will yourself into an erection, Mr. Palmer?
That sounds like a fun game for the Blind Mike show. Here we go.
Oh, geez, I know.
The first one that... all right. DJ Electra is our host. We have Hackride, Krager's, and Blind Mike. Now, the last one to get a boner loses. Go! That's it. No stimuli, nothing. We just sit there in silence and look at each other, and the last one to get a boner loses. And has to watch 5 straight hours of gay porn. Yes.
I never thought of it as willing myself.
Can't do it, can you?
No, I suppose not.
No one can.
And by the way, trademark, if you steal that show from me, Bobby Nick, I'll know it was you.
You can't think about in the man. Man can't will himself, you know. In fact, the more he tries, the less he's likely to succeed. Any more than you can say, I must relax and have an orgasm. Do you follow me? I want you to understand how he works.
Yes, I understand.
Now let's talk about you for a moment. You have an important change you've gone through, too. The kids have left, right? And it's
pussy
all
needs the
empty
D.
nest kind of living. And
Yes.
you're looking for more now from this husband of yours when he comes near you than used to be. You used to have the kids to talk about. Now you've got only him to get some kind of satisfaction from.
The cats are funny.
Yes, I guess so.
So just when you want him the most, he's able to give you less. So you're frustrated. Okay. My impression is that...
My impression is this therapist is going to fuck the shit out of Mark tonight. Yeah. He's going to take that wife home. Be like, you're not getting the dick from old Permy boy over here? Let me show you how Mr. Comb Over with a little bit of sidebrow. What are those called? Sideburns. Let me rub these sideburns on that unused clit of yours.
You've got to both talk about some of the frustration that this has put upon
Unused clit of yours, by the way. Great fucking word. Great sentence.
you. You're a little more angry and put out
Oh my God, it's so big, Nimrod. He's like, I'm sure he can smell the shampoo and conditioner from here, if you know what I'm saying.
with each other than you've been able to demonstrate today. So let's think about that, okay? The other thing that ought to be done is let's have a different approach
Is that cum or dandruff? Oh, never mind.
to your sexual response. If there's some way you can relate romantically without going...
Or is it a Bobby Nick Pearl? There's so many things that can be down there. Yes, if everyone is not, the 19 people are here, if you're not aware of the canon, Bobby Nick, who is a beautiful man from Canada, who gets a lot of ladies, once was going down on a lady and pulled out a pearl. It was amazing.
I even want to know.
They don't even make them there. So how did he find it? What was it worth? I don't know. But he has it on his shelf.
He saved it on his shelf.
Yes. And he walks by every day and it's like, never smells. He's wondering, one day it's going to get gamey, but it never gets gamey. Congratulations, Bobby Pearls. You fished out something out of the human anatomy that no one thought existed. People are like, is squirt real? I don't know. But I know one things that are. A pearl. Good job, Bobby.
to the negative experience of intercourse itself. You can relate sensually or physically without having intercourse. What do you think about that? Could you?
It's like being back in high school.
What's your response?
It's like when I fucked the whole football team. I kinda
What's your
I
gut
had the
reaction?
same, drive in, here we come,
Why would it be
Oh, hey, here we come. Isn't it weird that all our parents and grandparents fucked in cars watching shitty movies, and that's why we're all here? It literally is why we're all here.
reasonable to try?
Like, at least, like, Gen Z is here because of Netflix. These kids are here we're here because of drive-ins. Ugh.
Do you see any benefit from it? To just stop
Our mom got railed and then went to take a shit in a public drive-in. Did shit all our dads come out of her.
the intercourse demand for a while?
Well, obviously, if it's like
I probably did it during the snack break. I would say probably.
in making a sale, I mean, you perform better if you're operating without the pressure.
Mark, let me put you in the fuckable sales funnel. Yes, eventually you will come. You got to start at the top of the sales funnel and go all the way through, and eventually you're going to come, Mark. That's his wife. I keep calling her Mark. Dollar Billy. I know that's probably bad.
Worrying about whether you're being a good salesman.
Good salesman or not, right?
Okay.
In other words, if you're concentrating on making, you know, finishing that sale.
Yeah.
Finishing. Hey.
Right.
Probably
So many
kidneys. But it has a shine. It was all the semen of every man she collected in a corner, and she gave it to Bobby as a gift. Here's all the seed I have sucked. Please, take this as a gift for your travels. Maybe you can trade it for some food or a donkey on your way.
Rather than on whether and how do I look. I mean, if you're worrying about how you look, then it doesn't, you know, you're going to be fumbling.
Fair enough.
No, babe, isn't it awesome watching the patriarchy hum? Back in the days when it was like a Ferrari. Now it's like, you know, a Pinto. Everything it hits is like, oh, I'm sorry, did I punch? Oh, I'm sorry, don't beat me up. We're patriarchy. This was when it was a monster truck.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
Okay, so let's suppose that we make an agreement that between now and the next time you come, next week,
Next time you come, hey-o.
no intercourse.
He could definitely agree to that. She's like, wait a second. What's going on here?
Just by agreement, no matter how excited or romantic or concerned you get, no intercourse. Because he's got to be kept away from having to go through something that he's anxious about. And the both of you need to get back to fun. It sounds...
Counselor's like, let's try this. Mark, can you stop being a whore? Let's see if that works.
to me as though you got a sex life that's either a routine or it's on the edge of work. Can you recall
It sounds like they're gung-ho.
all when you were courting or petting and all that? Not too
Courting and petting, weren't our parents weird?
far back in the dark ages.
Seems like the Stone Age.
Yeah.
Now.
Well, it's petting because there's so much fur in it.
Can you
A
recall?
long time ago. Yes, I think
Was
so.
was it fun?
Just think about that. For thousands of years, pubic hair was part of the sexual activity. Just in the last like 20 years or 30 years, it's sort of gone away. We're like a new paradigm. Like they literally called it petting because part of their genitalia was covered in fur. Let that soak in. Okay.
Yes.
What? That's
Can you
crazy.
recall the
It's
fun you
all
had
right.
with
Yeah,
that?
sure. It was, yeah, it was all right.
And no intercourse was at stake.
And you know they'd pet it.
I get it. They pet it.
Pet. Yeah, it smells like my wife.
At least at the beginning, I presume.
No,
Right?
No.
not in those days.
So no strings were attached. Nobody
One string was attached. Hey-oh.
had a difference. All right?
Right.
I would suggest that this is the way to go for now. If I can, you know, take this kind of sort of educational approach with you. You need to enjoy rather than work. And if you can give a little fun to each other, particularly in this kind of, you're on the edge of a bad case of boredom. You're going to...
Yes, these people were just 30 years away from those panties that you could put on and then put the thing on your app on your phone and you could be like, hey, I'm rubbing your vagina from across the room. They just needed that.
have a case of the blahs as a couple before
I want to try
unless
those.
you...
Can we get it to work like 2 hours away? That would be fun for the show. All right, people. Put a 1 in the chat if you would like me to have a little control where anytime I want, I go, la, 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 and then DJ Electra's like, oh, you fucking quit touching my pussy. That would be great content.
That would be amazing.
People.
I would
hold
totally
on.
do that.
Hold on. I'm going to put 1 in the chat real quick. I need to vote for myself on this one. There it is. All right. Voting's closed. We will get some of that underwear, and then we will find a way that we can do that. And then we let the chat control it. Chat, would you love to control the vagina movement of a little ding, 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 ding in her panties? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you can control it from your phone.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So, like, I can give people that link. For the certain amount of donations, you get the DJ Electra Make Cum link. It will be fun. It's like Cameo, except it's called Cumeo. Hey,
Start to find some fun with each other. You know, you used to have it with the kids around. And many couples go through this when they...
wait, they used to have fun with the kids around. So, wait a second. He has clued me into something here. Maybe these are 2 gross-ass pedophiles that can only get hard when there are children around. Children leave the house. They're like, we can't fuck with our kids around. Ew!
Ew.
Boo! Boo! Boo, you dirty pedophiles that only can fuck with your kids around. I'm finally getting it. How dare you? How dare you, Mark?
Something
You wear
wrong
the
with you
couch?
two.
Mark, first you take the clothes off the couch and you wear the couch, and then now you do this to children. Boo, Mark. You can't blame the guy with the perm. He's clearly fucked. He's a guy with a perm.
Youngsters are gone. We've got nothing to talk about. So it looks like you're in the communications racket just a little bit, but in the sexual zone in particular, let's try to have fun and hold off on the intercourse and see what happens. Let's just learn from it.
Let's keep holding off on the intercourse,
Okay.
is what you mean.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then we can get back in a week and follow up on this.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor.
How do you feel now about coming in? Is any change
Well,
in
it's,
the
you
mood?
know, it's,
Thank you,
it's a
Doctor.
little better now. You know, it's,
Yes.
as I say, it's a...
I would pay $1 million for that car ride home conversation for this show.
So basically, you know...
Talking some of this out isn't all.
Well, obviously, with a third person there, it's a little embarrassing at
But
first.
you talk with each other. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Yes.
I felt, you know, well, I felt that the very fact that we've admitted we have a problem, you know, which was not easy to
We have a problem.
do.
Yeah. But you talked with each other and it helps, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that's my commercial.
Okay.
Fair.
So,
Thank you.
This is passion falls, baby. Woo. Wash yourself off. Penis. The other things. Yes, he was such a softie.